most powerful thing for me is the ability to change state. What I mean by state is that where I used to be almost enslaved to feeling a certain way and not performing as well as I'd like to, as well as I had been, now with the different models, I'm able to not have phobias, to feel how I need to feel to get things done really efficiently. And that's just a great power to have.
One of the major key points to me has been the development of the rapport with your unconscious mind. I used to practice a lot of change state using various other techniques. It has empowered me in that area too. But the key factor has been in relation to drilling down and working with your unconscious mind here.
Coming on the actual course, doing it with John Grinder, that's been one of my highlights, having the best team, because I've actually wanted to do an NLP course for the last 5 years, and I just never found the right course until I found this course, and I knew when I was there, this is the right one for me. So the highlight was the people that were actually, well, the trainers, and actually the people that I was with, and learning all these techniques and how I can use them in my life to make a difference as well.
I've let go a lot of issues in the past, and it's definitely taught me to live in the present, and also to change certain patterns of behaviour and reacting to certain ways, both in personal and business situations.
It's been a real whirlwind over 2 weeks, and I mean that in a really positive way. Coming in to start the practitioner training, not being really fully aware of a lot of the things that were going to be happening, and finding, I have to admit, the first week was a little bit overwhelming. Wow, there was just so much information coming. That was all really useful, and all you could see the applications of it, but it was difficult to reflect on those. The second week, when we started looking at new code, and we were just having fun, and you could again see the changes within yourself, and reflecting upon what that meant to you and your own life, your own situation, and it really did help make sense of the first week as well. So the whole package has been really worthwhile.
I think the first thing I'd say is, you say that we've been on this course for nearly 2 weeks, and it feels like about 2 days. I mean, we've learned so much, yet it's gone so quickly. I mean, for the first time in my life, I've actually looked forward to waking up in the morning knowing that I was going to sit down for the entire day, because that's not really what I normally do. So just the experience itself has been fantastic.
Yeah, trying to explain to people at work that you have got in at 9 o'clock in the morning and you're leaving at maybe 8 o'clock in the evening, and that's fine. That's great, that's brilliant, and that isn't work at all, and we've been doing it on consecutive days, including weekends, and that's been absolutely fantastic.
I really didn't have an idea about what to expect when I came onto the course, but I was very pleasantly surprised. The level of quality of tuition and how deeply thought out the exercises were was refreshing, and you were just too busy to kind of think about things too much, so you could really kind of get into it and feel enthusiastic.
I've done a lot of training in my life, and these have been the best trainers I've ever come across.
Yes, I came on this course mainly for my work. I'm a trainer and a coach, and so I wanted to use the tools so that I can actually help my clients. And what I wasn't expecting was that actually it would really help personal things within me, which I didn't realise I had. I hadn't really considered them. So I think it's really made me a much kind of grounded person.
English not being my first language, I had to adapt to each of the different styles, and it was nice to not have the same trainer all the time, because I had to wake up again and say, okay, what we're going to talk about today, and we didn't know, and it was very well organized without us knowing, so it was a surprise every day, and I think that kept me learning more than I would have done with the same trainer all the time.
Michael Carroll specifically spent the least with, but I really enjoyed his talk on the how to use it in business, because that applies to me, and how how important the bottom line is, and being practical as well, and especially to do with sales, and just gaining rapport and being very pragmatic and being very proactive. I got a feeling like I can do it after listening to it.
John in particular, his linguistic capabilities came through from the first day when I did the modeling program. how precision in which he answered questions very clearly, distinctly, and to the point. The man's a genius. Drilling down from there, we had a lot of exposure with John Thompson, and John's style is unique. In developing rapport, I think that's one of the greatest things that we found as a group, that we got a lot of information was coming and passed on from the trainers to us because of the way the rapport was developed from day one. And through that rapport, information transmittal was more open, as open channel of communication between both parties, the trainers and us. And I think that had a lot of impact on how much we had grown in the last 14 days.
They all had different styles and different ways that we could relate to them, and we got a bit of everybody on the actual course, which I found amazing. So yeah, I think that was really good.
The trainers that I have been brilliant. They've been excellent, and also the one-to-one coaching you get is just brilliant, first class, really.
It's just to become the best version of yourselves, just to become excellent at whatever you want to do and learn how to focus.
My decision to go this way was primarily because of the purity and the pure manner in which I felt the program would be conducted. On researching further, what I found out was the actual information that we were getting was as close as possible to what I felt at this stage to be the purest form.
I would say 3 words: lively, real experience, and extremely professional.
The presence of John Grinder. He's a very charismatic speaker, and he has a wealth of experience that you couldn't get anywhere else. I would say come to the course with an open mind. It's well worth the money.
I feel that in a short time I've learnt more than I've learnt in a couple of years of training as a life coach. So for me it's been an extraordinary experience, and at the same time I've had a lot of fun and met some really great people.
Just, I think, through my own reaction to it, being very passionate and positive about my own personal experience, and I would fully support and encourage anybody to come along, whatever their situation, whatever their employment, their work situation, personal situation. There is an area for personal growth as well as that of helping others, and I think you just get so much out of it that it wouldn't be hard to convince others to come along.
And I've been on a 7-day NLP practitioner course 3 years ago, and I did very little with it because it was, without going too much into it, it didn't give me very much. However, this one, every single day, I feel like I've got, much more than I did on an entire 7 days. It's been taught from every single possible angle, with humour, with intention, with care, and with structure. And
Yeah. It's completely
amazing.
blown my world apart doing this course. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it.
I think that's the general comment from most
Yeah, it
people. I
is.
mean, I've just heard it's blown everything out of the water.
Wow, it's more than I expected, so much more.
Outstanding. It was the best money I've ever spent for 2 weeks. Best money ever.
You've just got to experience it. You've just got to go and do it.
It's a real eye-opener and an amazing experience.
You get different standards, and this is in a different league, to what I know and understand. So I'm going on to do my masters,
Yes, I mean.
and I'm definitely staying with the NLP Academy.